How to Avoid Negative Thinking, a Story for English Learners. Part 1. The Introduction. Let me ask you something very personal. When was the last time you lay in bed at night, eyes open, and your brain just would not stop, not thinking about good things, not planning happy things, just worrying, replaying, imagining the worst, thinking about that one thing someone said to you 3 days ago, thinking about that mistake you made at work, thinking about the future and feeling, not excited, but scared. If that has ever happened to you, and I believe it has happened to almost every single person listening to this right now, then you already know what negative thinking feels like from the inside. Feels like a dark room with no windows. You know the door is somewhere, but you cannot find it. This is the story of Kabir, a 26-year-old graphic designer living in a big, loud, fast city. Kabir was talented. His work was good. His friends liked him. From the outside, his life looked completely fine. But inside Kabir's head, there was a storm. Every single day, before any meeting, I will say something stupid. Before sending his work to a client, they will hate it. Before calling someone he liked, they probably don't want to hear from me. Before sleeping, tomorrow will also be hard. Kabir was not lazy. He was not weak. He was not ungrateful. He was just trapped inside a mind that had learned, somewhere along the way, to always expect the worst. Maybe right now, as you listen, you are nodding quietly. Maybe you have a Kabir living inside your own head too. This story is for that Kabir, for that part of you that is tired of being afraid, tired of the dark room, tired of the storm, because Kabir found the door, and I am going to show you exactly how he found it. Stay with me. Part 2. The day Kabir noticed the problem. It started on a perfectly normal Wednesday. Kabir had a small presentation to give, just to 4 people in his office. Not a big crowd, not a famous audience, just 4 colleagues sitting around a table. But from the night before, his mind started working against him. What if I forget my words? What if they laugh? What if my design looks amateur? What if my manager thinks I am not ready for bigger projects? He barely slept. He woke up with a headache. He rehearsed 20 times in the mirror. And when he finally walked into that meeting room, hands slightly shaking, heart beating too fast, the presentation went fine. Completely fine. His manager even said, "Good work, Kabir." But on the way home, do you know what Kabir thought about? Not the compliment, not the relief. He thought about one small moment, a 2-second pause where he forgot one line out of a 15-minute presentation. And he played that 2-second pause in his head over and over and over all evening. That night, his friend Simran called him. She could hear something tired in his voice, and she asked simply, "Kabir, are you okay?" And Kabir, for the first time, said the truth out loud. "Simran, I don't know how to stop my brain from thinking bad things. It never stops. I am exhausted." There was a silence on the phone, and then Simran said something that Kabir would never forget. She said, "Kabir, you are not your thoughts. You are the person watching your thoughts. And the moment you understand that, everything changes." Kabir did not fully understand it yet, but that sentence, quiet and simple, planted a seed. Part 3. The Discovery. 3 things that actually work. After that phone call, Kabir decided to do something he had never seriously done before. He decided to study his own mind, not from a thick, heavy psychology book, just by watching himself honestly every day. And slowly, he discovered 3 things that truly help. The first thing, name the thought. Don't fight it. Kabir realized that every time a negative thought came, he tried to push it away. He told himself, "Stop thinking like this. You are being stupid." But fighting the thought only made it stronger. Like pushing a balloon underwater, it always comes back up harder. So instead, he started doing something different. When a bad thought came, he named it calmly. He said to himself, "Okay, this is a worry thought," or "This is a fear thought." Just naming it, not fighting it, not believing it completely, just seeing it clearly. And something surprising happened. The moment he named it, it lost some of its power. It became smaller, like turning on a light in a dark room. The darkness doesn't fight you, it just goes. The second thing, ask one honest question. Every time a negative thought came, Kabir learned to ask, Is this definitely true? Or is this just my fear talking? Most of the time, honestly, most of the time, the answer was, this is just my fear talking. They will hate my work. Is that definitely true? No, it is just fear. I will fail. Is that definitely true? No, it has not happened yet. Nobody likes me. Is that definitely true? No. Simran just called to check on me. One honest question. That is all it takes to loosen the grip of a negative thought. The third thing, replace the story. Right now, Kabir learned that the brain is a storytelling machine. It is always telling you a story about yourself and your life. And negative thinking is simply a bad story on repeat. So he started writing a different story. Not a fake, perfect story. Just a more honest and fair one. Instead of, I always mess things up, he said, sometimes things are hard, but I have also done many things well. Instead of, my future looks bad, he said, I don't know what the future holds. And that is actually okay. Small rewrites, small shifts, but done every day, they slowly changed the channel his mind was always playing. Part 4. The real test. When the darkness came back, 2 months later, life tested Kabir seriously. He sent his best work ever to a big client. A logo and brand design he had spent 3 weeks on. He was proud of it, genuinely, deeply proud. The client rejected it, coldly, with very few words. They simply said, this is not what we were looking for. The old Kabir, the one from 3 months ago, would have collapsed inside, would have spent a week in that dark room telling himself he was talentless, worthless, and foolish for even trying. But this Kabir paused. He felt the pain, yes. He let himself feel it for a little while, because feeling hurt is not negative thinking. Feeling hurt is human. But then he asked his honest question. Does one rejection mean I have no talent? Is that definitely true? No, it was not true. He named the thought. This is a shame thought. This is a fear thought. I see you. And then he rewrote the story. One client did not connect with my work today. That happens to every creative person. I will learn from the feedback and try again. He sent the feedback to Simran. She replied, I am proud of you, not for the work, for how you handled this. Kabir smiled, and the following month, a different client loved his work, called it extraordinary, shared it on their social media, and Kabir's career began to grow in a way he had never imagined, because he was no longer spending all his energy fighting his own mind. He was finally free to create. Part 5. The ending, what you learned. And so here we are at the last part of Kabir's story. But before I close, I want to say something clearly, something important. Avoiding negative thinking does not mean you never have bad thoughts. It does not mean you pretend everything is fine when it is not. It does not mean you smile through real pain with fake happiness. It means you stop letting bad thoughts drive your life. You sit them in the back seat. You stay in the front. You hold the wheel. Let me remind you of the 3 powerful things Kabir learned. Hold them close. 1. Name the thought. Don't fight it. When a dark thought comes, say quietly, I see you. You are a worry thought. You are a fear thought. Naming it shrinks it. You are bigger than your thoughts. 2. Ask one honest question. Is this definitely true? Or is this just my fear talking? Most of the time, it is just fear. And fear is not a fact. 3. Rewrite the story. Your brain tells stories all day. Make sure you are the author, not the fear. Write a fairer, kinder, more honest story about yourself. These 3 things will not fix everything overnight, but done every day, one thought at a time, they will slowly and surely change the weather inside your mind. From storms to something calmer, something lighter, something that actually feels like you. Kabir is not a perfect person today. He still has hard days. He still has moments of doubt, but now he knows the door. He can always find the light switch, and so can you. Now one last moment, just for you. Thank you. Not a quick, formal thank you, but a real, warm, heartfelt thank you for sitting with this story today, for giving it your ears and your heart, because choosing to listen to something that helps you grow, that is not a small thing. In a world full of noise and distraction and endless scrolling, you chose this. You chose to learn. You chose to look inward. And that takes a kind of quiet courage that not everyone has. You have it. So the next time your mind starts its dark music, the worrying, the replaying, the expecting the worst. Remember Kabir. Remember that he was exhausted too. Remember that he found 3 simple tools. And remember that he used them not perfectly but consistently, day after day, thought after thought. You are not your worst thought. You never were. You are the person who is listening to this right now, curious, growing, trying, brave. That is who you really are. Keep naming the thoughts. Keep asking the honest question. Keep rewriting your story. And most importantly, keep going. Thank you, truly, for being here today. You are not alone in this. Goodbye and see you in the next story.